What's up, guys? This video is part of an experimental video series where I experiment on myself and see what goes up, see what goes down, and see what goes sideways, which hopefully it only goes up. So in this video series, basically what I'm trying to do is translate elements of the workplace into our home life to make us more productive, because we seem to be pretty productive at work, at least some of us, but not so much when we're at home. So I'm trying to kind of translate whatever happens at work that makes us do good work into our home life so that we can work for ourselves and hopefully, maybe if you want, quit your job. Last video, I talked about how the paycheck is a pretty good motivator to get us to go to work. It's not the best motivator to get you to do good work. So today I'm going to be covering what makes you do good work. And the first thing that I'm going to be covering is in the area of interpersonal relationships, starting with the boss. Now, who here likes their boss? I'll wait. No, I'm just kidding. There's a lot of good bosses out there. There's a lot of great managers out there. I personally have some good managers. I've had some bad managers, but they all have one thing in common, and that's that they're in charge to make you productive. Basically, if you show up to work, sit on a chair, and just go on TikTok all day, eventually someone is going to say something to you. If you do that at home, unless you're living with your parents, but if you're my age, that's not really a problem, although I am actually living with my parents right now. But that's another story I can tell you guys later if you're interested. But if you're my age, you usually don't really answer to anybody. You're pretty independent. Like, you can come and go as you please. And you can just go home and watch TikTok videos all day, or go on Netflix, or sleep, or whatever. I mean, eventually depression and anxiety will seep their way into your consciousness, but they don't really tell you why they're there. They're just good at screaming at you loudly. So the point is, you don't have somebody to keep you in line when you're at home. At work, you have somebody who is constantly on your ass, like somebody who's just there all the time, making sure you're doing good work, making sure you're productive. It's their job to make you do that, right? This can be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing. It's a good thing because they keep you productive. It's a bad thing because they're annoying as fuck. So if you think about it, we already know what we need from this person. We need them to keep us productive. We don't want them to be annoying though. So how do we translate that into our home life? How do we get ourselves one of these bosses? Well, if you have the money, you can go get yourself a life coach. But if you're like me and you spend all your money on lighting, then you're gonna have to be your own life coach. You're welcome. Okay, but what does it mean to be your own boss? Well, it could mean many things. You could be an asshole to yourself and just beat yourself up every time you don't accomplish something and be a tyrant basically on yourself. Or you could take this opportunity to be the boss you've always wanted to have. In my case, I don't really ask for much, to be honest. I want someone who is honest, who is encouraging, and who is respectful. So translate those things into your own life. Have respect for yourself. Don't beat yourself up. If you've had a bad day, if you really genuinely just want to relax and you haven't relaxed in a while, it's okay. Chill out, take a day off. Watch some Netflix. Do what you want to do. It's fine, man. Don't beat yourself up for just having a little bit of relaxed time. It's not, these people are like always go, 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 go. Yeah, that's good, and it's good to get to that level, and that's what I'm aiming for. But if you go from 0 to 100 in 2 seconds, you will burn yourself out quickly. The next thing is to be honest with yourself. So if you're working on something and you're just like, you know what, I'm done, I'll just finish it tomorrow. Don't lie to yourself. You're not gonna finish it tomorrow. You know that statement has absolutely nothing to back it up in any way whatsoever. Instead, you can say something like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. So let's just do this for 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes, that's fine. We can handle 5 minutes. not a problem, right? You build up your tolerance to frustration and you feel a little bit better about yourself. You're letting yourself go a little bit easier than a shitty boss would, but you're also encouraging yourself to do slightly more work than you want to do. Just tiny, man. 5 minutes? Come on. 5 minutes is nothing. 2 minutes. 2 minutes is good too. The amount of things done you can get in 2 minutes is actually a lot if you just do something for 2 minutes. You can clean a slightly messy room in 2 minutes. Like, trust. I've timed myself. It's pretty good. There's a lot of power in 2 minutes. Being your own boss, I see it as having a fact layer of the relationship you have with yourself. A fact-based layer on the relationship you have with yourself. What I mean by that is that your boss doesn't see how you feel. Not all bosses see how you feel. They just see how you're performing, period. And then it's their job to respond in a manner that will get you to perform better. That's the bottom line. Your boss is not your therapist. They're not your friend. They're not your buddy, right? So that's kind of why I don't like working for family, because it messes things up a little bit. Your boss is someone who is in charge of making you productive. Well, you can be in charge of that. You can be in charge of making yourself productive, and you know yourself pretty well. So you can find ways to make yourself productive, but also not be a tyrant on yourself. And eventually you'll be your own boss, man. Like, think about it. You do your job, which is making your life better, which is making progress in the projects that you're building. Slowly and slowly, you'll start having a better relationship with yourself. With that, okay, my friends are going out for a beer, but I really want to finish this project. Your boss, your inner boss is going to be like, well, I'll leave it up to you. And then yourself, you're going to be like, you know what? No, I'm going to finish the project. I'm going to go out with them next week. This project needs to be done. So anyway, that's part 2 of this series. I hope you enjoyed it. Next episode, I'm going to be covering coworkers. So stay tuned for that. Have a good one.